words naturally and how to memorize their meaning effortlessly by incorporating the language into your everyday life. And now in Elog number 2, I'm going to show you how to learn words methodically and systematically, because if you study higher, you have to know many other aspects of a word, not just its meaning, in order to do some types of exercises or to write a grammatically correct paragraph or essay. This is the method that all students at my English class are applying to learning words. So now let's see what are they. Tip number 1, learn the thesaurus. A thesaurus is a book that is similar to a dictionary. It has words, synonyms, and antonyms to those words. When you learn a word, it is better to also learn some other words that are related. It is an efficient way both to expand your vocabulary and to remember words much more easily. I usually classify words or phrases into 4 groups to learn: synonym, antonym, confusing word pairs, and words with related meaning. Group number 1, synonym. Synonym is a word having the same or nearly the same meaning as another in the language. In writing tests, you should try to avoid using the same words so many times, because this can make your writing so dull, so boring, and examiners may judge that your vocabulary is limited. Learning synonyms is very important in academic studying, because by using synonyms, you can make your sentence much more expressive and brilliant and prove that you have a wide range of vocabulary. For example, take a look at this sentence: he was born in a rich family. You can see rich is a very weak and mediocre word. So now let's try to find other words with the same meaning to replace rich in this context. So we have some synonyms such as wealthy, well-off, moneyed, prosperous, affluent. So instead, we can say he was born in a prosperous family. He was born in a wealthy family. He was born in a moneyed family. See, apparently these sentences create a more vivid and interesting image and give a clear description of how rich his family is, right? Group number 2, antonym. Antonym is a word with the opposite meaning to another in the language. Now with the sentence, he was born in a rich family, I look for some words whose meanings are opposite to rich, and I had some antonyms such as poor, needy, impoverished, destitute, penniless. You need to take down those synonyms and antonyms along with the word like this and revise them regularly so that you are gaining about 10 words instead of only the word you are supposed to learn. Now the question is, where can I find the synonym or antonyms of a word? I would like to introduce to you one of my favorite websites, thesaurus.com. On this website, you can find a great number of synonyms or antonyms of any word. Group number 3, confusing word pairs are pairs of words that sound a little bit alike, look a little bit alike, so that they are often mistaken. You need to learn those words together so that you can differentiate them and avoid mixing them up. Here are some commonly misused word pairs in English, I can tell you. Access or access, distinguish or extinguish, alter or alter, stationary or stationary, complement or complement, birth or birth, loose or loose, former or formal, desert and desert, impress or empress. Group number 4, words with related meaning are completely different words, but they are related to a specific meaning. For example, thief, robber, buckler, or shoplifter. Land, soil, ground, or earth. Audience, spectator, viewer, or onlooker. guest, patron, customer, or client. You need to learn the differences among those words in order to know how to use them in the right context. Tip number 2, use dictionaries wisely. When you look up a word, it is advisable that you use an English dictionary instead of an English-Vietnamese one because some words can hardly be translated directly into your language. Those Vietnamese words may not cover the meaning of the word comprehensively, so you have to read the definition of the word in English first in order to understand and to develop the sense of the word. And after that, you can use an English-Vietnamese dictionary just to check it, to confirm it. Also, by using an English dictionary, you will have the chance to improve your reading comprehension skill. Apart from the definition, you are supposed to learn how the word is spelled, how it is pronounced, how it is inflected, how it is used in a sentence, or what preposition is often attached to it. And the English dictionary I would like to recommend to you today is the Oxford Learner's Dictionaries. This has been my favorite dictionary for so many years because it satisfies all the demands I've mentioned above. If you apply this method, you need to have a notebook to write down the whole word family in a systematic way so that you can easily revise them on a regular basis. And this is an example of how my students do it. And now the last one, tip number 3, learn vocabulary by topics. To be able to talk or to write about a particular topic, you need to develop your topic vocabulary, which are groups of words that are related to a subject area. You can start with the most basic topics such as animals, family, food and drink, hobbies, body parts, and then move on to advanced or academic ones like politics, marketing, technology, environment, or science.
And I have to mention the Oxford Learner's Dictionaries once more in this part, because this perfect dictionary has already categorized words into common topic areas for you to learn, and in each topic there are related aspects that are classified specifically.
Alright, that's all for this Elog. I think these methods will be very helpful for your academic studying. Feel free to ask me questions or give me suggestions by leaving a comment below, or you can connect with me on social media. I've got my Facebook and my Instagram. Thank you for watching until the end. I'll be back with more Elog, so don't forget to subscribe. Bye!